thingy thing. Actually, do I have my hang on, broadcast? Is this thing running? Hello? Seems to be. Alrighty. Welcome back, everybody. Actually, I should have put that in here. Let me do that now. It's fine. It's gonna be a shorter stream. Hey, Jenny. Nice to see you. Man, you're always here, right on time. Nice to see you. Right. So today I'm gonna try and do. It's gonna be a shorter stream. I'll say that right off the bat, because I got some stuff I got to do a bit later on. But we're gonna work on some particles today. At least I'm gonna try to. And some of this, fair warning, I'm gonna have to learn on the fly, because I want to use this thing called vertex animation for these, and then make the Niagara system. So yeah, that's the plan. The first thing I need to do though is model a quick, like a really basic moth, which you can see I kind of started here and then thought, I should probably just stream this. So that's what we're doing. So I'm kind of just gonna get started here. I mean, there's not really much else to say, I think. It's gonna be a very low, low detail model, because it's gonna be a very tiny particle on stream. There's gonna be heaps of them. So yeah, that's the plan. So I'm basically just gonna like this. Hang on. Little friends of the Mothman. Yeah, probably. Well, almost certainly. I'll go into more detail of how they're going to play into this at some point, but for now, I just want to get them made. So just do it like this. And then I can go basically just cut this shape out that I want. Trying to keep vertex count and everything reasonably low for this. Okay. So let's see, let's just go like that, I suppose, and that will let me put in some loop cuts here. Might be too many. But what I'm looking to basically do is kind of chop out his body section here a little bit, just because I'm going to make that separate mesh. You'll see in a second here what I'm going for. Go to there. All right. So now I can nuke these, leave that side on, and just slide this part forward. like that. Alright, so now we have this weird looking thing, but that's basically the body of the moth. Um, so let's see. I kind of have to put some more geometry here, and then I can potentially reduce the detail later. So for example, this one, do that, and then I can dissolve that edge. Would have been probably easier if I just mirrored this, in all honesty. Yo, John, what's up, man? Okay, so now all I'm going to basically do, I think, is grab this stuff, raise it up. Not too much, or it'll start stretching the texture too much. Oh, wait a second. Extra. That. And let's see. I could really just merge this at the last one. Save even more faces. And then dissolve these. There we go. Because it's going to be like so small on your screen, it doesn't matter. What is this going to be if I may ask? Yeah, true. You kind of joined at a time where it doesn't look like much, huh? It's going to be, hopefully, do this right. Origin to geometry. We'll see if you can guess, eh? I'll show you in a sec. I just need to finish this first. Mirror like this, then we turn clipping on. So we get a shape like that. Let's see. Fortunate I don't have enough geometry for this here. I want to put a loop cut all the way up that. That's actually really unfortunate. Really annoying. It's a quick way I can fix this then. Not round enough in this area. This is already honestly probably too many polygons for this, even just this small amount. to do. Yep. Great. Let's just put another one in here. I'll just decimate it after, because it doesn't look round enough. Maybe a dog. Well, the clues are up here, my friend. Gonna be a moth. I'm just making the body of the moth right now. Cool. So then we have this, and origin, cursor to selected, and then origin to 3D cursor, and the same on this one. Cursor to selected, origin to 3D cursor, and now I don't know. All right, and then these I haven't done yet, but they need this and this. There is a reasonable chance I've gone too crazy on the detail already. If I select both of these and grab this and this, what do I want it to be? Looking good at first, you thought it was some sort of pelt. Yeah, it does look like that because this is a, obviously a pretty small, and it's like, because basically this is going to be a particle system with tons and tons of these. I'm trying to keep it as low detail as possible. So no, it's definitely. That is. I'll just delete it. And then I just need another one of these, because I'm gonna kind of hopefully be able to be a little cheeky with this. And if I line up right there, basically cut this guy out. Oop, delete faces. So like the Strigoi bats. It's gonna be something slightly different, actually. Get rid of that part because we don't need that. And then Got to get away with that much detail, maybe. Do this many, and then we'll see. It might be a problem, but all right. Origin to geometry. So now, if I just pull this down, then pull these ones down, you can see we kind of get the shape of wings, sort of. Well, they are the shape of wings, but it's not very like posed properly or anything. But yeah, actually, this is pretty good amount of detail. And then if I turn on this and sync this into the right position, we should be able to basically, yeah, turn, I mean, the whole kid part's a bit jank, to be honest. But we basically turn this texture, this 2D texture, into, you know, reasonable, like, sort of like a 3D object, kind of. The face is fucking, oh, I shouldn't swear. It's no good. Some of these then. The more I do this, the more it's actually gonna screw up the, or stretch the texture. But again, there's no, you'll never see this close in the actual game. I'm not too worried about it. Here's my thing here. Go flat texture, because this, there we go. Right, we're getting a moth, sort of. Especially if you look at it from kind of the distance I'm imagining, which is a lot further back. So, that's good. Like a moth is, but that's probably fine. And yeah, it looks reasonably, like, realistic, I guess. So now we have the fun part of trying to animate this, basically. So the first thing I'll do is merge... Oh, no, that's not the first thing I'll do. I'll apply this mirror. Then I'll merge all this stuff into one. So now we have our moth. I'll duplicate one off. And we pretty much need to rig this as far as... So this is where we're getting to the point where I haven't done this before. So... Oh, I just noticed. I need to... actually into the body somewhere. I've done rigging, but I want to do basically, yeah, what's called a vertex animation. So I think... Let's just look at this together. This is kind of the tutorial I was looking at. So you can see he's doing it with the butterflies. We're just going to do it with moths. But basically, yeah, so make an animation is the first thing. Make a rig, make an animation. Okay, I can do that. So move this one up. Viewport display, object mode, viewport display. Probably can't see under me here. In front, and we'll just do, that's fine like that. Indrid Cold Easter egg. I agree, Jenny. I can't mirror. I'm not sure if this is the best way to do this. Let's just have this be not connected. And that's going to let me actually put this wing more where I probably will want it. Okay, and that one, it's just the base, and then we can make one of these for the, whatever you call those things, antenna things. You'd think working on a Mothman hunt I would know what those are called, but I actually have no idea. Rotate by Z by 100, rotate Z. Now we'll just let it mirror it. I think that's all the bones I'm going to need though, because this whole wing is just going to kind of go up in one thing. I mean, let's do it like that. Okay, so we got, I need to name these bones now. So we got body, got wing, dot R, I guess. Wing 02 dot R, so this will be wing 01 dot R. And this is antenna, I guess. Antenna dot R. Okay, and then if I grab that and go armature symmetrize. Cool. Actually, before I do that, I should have. All right. That somewhat lined up. Okay, now armature symmetrize. Okay, that should, I think, be good enough for a rig for this, maybe? It is an antenna. Good to know. Strap bombs to the moths. Yeah, jerry cans, right? Okay, so now we have the moth rig. Now we just need to parent this to the thing. So I'm going to do with automatic weights, and we'll see how good it did with that. Very good. Okay, so for this one, with the vertex groups, we want to normalize, assign that to the body. We want to assign this to antenna R and this to antenna L. See if that made any difference. What is happening? Why is that not? Hmm. Okay. Might have to. How do you do this? Select both of them, select that, then I think it's weight paint, and then, yeah. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it's not right at all. Okay. Where's the frickin' yeah. So both of those ones will do full red. Okay, and then this one, I hate weight painting. I'm no good at it. That. This one needs to have that one. And we need 0.5 of this one in the middle. Uh, 0.5. It's 1.5. Potentially now. Alright, we're good. Fixed. So come back to object mode and we where's the body gone? I didn't delete it, did I? Shit. Maybe I did. Okay, GZ. That's actually really annoying because now I have to try and line this up again. Okay, and then we'll do with automatic weights there, and now I'm going to have to redo this unfortunately, but body, auto normalize assign. This part is antenna R assign, and this part is antenna L. Okay, and now I should be able to join those together, and hopefully we now have a rigged, yeah, there we go, rigged moth with a few parts. Where's that moving back there? Not fine yet. Okay. Now we just need to make a quick animation. So for that, we can just go to the animation tab. Let's put this on flat texture. Let's make an animation called fly. And just to quickly test that this is working, I'm just gonna yep. That is working. Okay, so I'm pretty sure if I go 0 on this, no, I think it is 1, isn't it? And we'll do 5, 10. Make this 10 frames long. Okay, and now I think this just needs to go suppose moth wings go a lot faster than that, don't they? And the wings don't sort of clip through the body like that. But just pretend you didn't see that. It's fine. Yeah, it is normally probably a lot faster than that. So we'll do this as a test because I'm pretty sure I can come back and change this animation, and potentially speed it up in Unreal. I think the only thing now would be I probably should have looked at what a moth flying animation or flying moth looks like before the stream, but I'm kind of just pretending it's a bird. Right. Now, if you're still with me, and I haven't lost you, we're basically going to try and do whatever this situation here is that he does with this plugin. So, all right. Nice to see you, Jenny. We'll try this plugin. We'll see what happens. Because I need to figure out how to get a vertex animation into Blender. I mean, into Unreal. From disk. We get Unreal Tools Master. Okay. That's the thing I already had, so let's see what we are looking at next. And learn along with me. Yeah, I could just read this, couldn't I? Getting started. Install, edit preferences. Okay, there's actually not really a lot of information then. Okay, let's check out this video then. He's going to install it. Tools mesh morph. It didn't install properly. see it anywhere. Tool. I feel bad learning stuff like this on stream with you guys, but hopefully this is kind of why you watch this stuff. Maybe not this specific thing, but okay, maybe let's go Unreal Blender Vertex animation tool. Nah, that's for I know you can do it. This is the one I was literally just looking at. Open VAT. Vertex animation textures. Okay. Let's try this then. This one. It's cool. Oh, watching this stuff. That's good to know. Alright, open VAT. This seems to be. I'm wondering if the other one wasn't updated properly. So 1 to 10 vertex data. Vertex position. Start frame. Transform object. Vertex normals packed. Strip vertex data. Create normal safe edges. Output. No valid mesh output selected. Vertex group shape keys and vertex colors from the resulting model. Target geometry is unaffected. Okay, well, let's just see what it does if I just... export it, basically. Directory not set. Just do it in this folder. Okay, encoding details. Encode vertex animation texture. That worked. See what it gave us. Oh wait, what did it say? EXR? Yeah, it did. Okay, let's do Photoshop for that then, because I'm not sure if I can use an EXR, and then we'll take this into Unreal as well and see what happens. Okay, so that's the texture we got. Okay. See what happens there. So, I mean, there's a walkthrough, so that's helpful. It's a case of just export the thing. Yeah, I'm already a little bit concerned because the texture does not look like that. Alright, let's just see what happens though. We go like this. Hold it for it. Okay. And now I guess I just import those things. We'll see. Usually I'm able to like do more of a tutorial development stream because I know what I'm doing, but this is something I haven't done before, so I'm just gonna learn together. Okay, so if I import the FBX, we get this, okay? We don't have the texture yet, that's fine. Now, if I import the XR, I don't remember what it said to set it to. Compression is set to RGB 16. Oh, I don't see that as an option. UP16, what? You show the texture anywhere? I mean, it just imports it, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. And then I need to make a material. This is rather complicated, isn't it? Open VAT basic. I need this. Let's check out what we get in that zip file. Unknown asset extension. Yeah, I know. It's because it's a freaking asset, not a. Show in Volta view, or is it show in. Did they move this option? Show in Explorer. Can't do that. Show in Explorer, there it is. There we go. Now create a material instance of that, so we actually do it as an instance. Gotta go. All right, nice to see you, Jenny. Yeah, I'll save this one. I didn't save the last one because it's just like website stuff. So, I mean, maybe I will. I don't know. But I will save this one. But thanks for tuning in. Nice to see you, as always. Yeah, version control and responsive, that's right. The server is off right now. Okay, so if we put in the texture here, okay, it's completely messed up right now. Frame count 10. Frame start 0. And then what happens if I put this on here? Y resolution 20. What, man? Y resolution. The JSON file. The JSON file. There was one of those and I ignored it. Hang on. Let me find it again. Okay. So it looks like we need to put these in. Minus 0.3, minus 0.1, and minus 0.1. And then 0.3, 0.1, 0.6. The fuck? Actually, that is getting close, isn't it? Hmm. So he had, yeah, 1024.
just set all those values. And you can see there's some issues with this. So the first thing you need to change is in your projects.
I can't go to a forward renderer though. Shit. Okay, hang on. One sec. Right. This thing isn't going to work if we have to go to forward renderer because I can't do that for this project. Anim to texture. Okay, hang on. Looks like maybe we can do it in Unreal. Okay, alright, here we go. Here we go, now we're talking. Somebody. His files are freely available. Okay, alright, now we're talking. So, what I need to do is nuke this stuff. And turn this off, turn this back on. The animation is this. What's this? Just a spare thing, I guess. Alright. So here's what we can do then. We can actually just export this whole thing, I think, to Unreal. And hopefully it'll export the animation as well. So let's see, assets, moth, selected objects. We want the armature and mesh and all that. Smoothing, smoothing, whatever. And armature. Alright, let's try that. Learning systems like this for the first time is a real pain in the ass, but once you have it, it's pretty good. So that's going to give us like an actual skeletal mesh. We didn't get the animation exported though. In LA, where is it? Dope sheet. Dope sheet? In LA. I think we push this down or something. I still don't really understand what that does or means. But now if we export, I believe. and import the thingy here. I think if I do it with that selected, and God, import only animations, I think. Yeah, we got it twice for some reason, but we have the animation. Whatever, we got it. We got it. We got it. It's a little bit off the ground, but whatever. Okay, so here's the moth. It's big and doesn't have the texture yet, and its smoothing is messed up. So that's the first thing I guess I could fix real quick is just do it in here, I suppose. Fade smooth. Yeah, there we go. Now it's smooth. So we don't have the hard faces. I think that I was clicking the wrong button is why it was giving me that error. And then if I export this again to here, and then go back here and re-import, we now have smooth. Okay, and the next thing, there's so many steps to this, I'm so sorry. Maybe I shouldn't have done this on stream, but I thought it might be interesting to learn together. Okay. Rick, man. Okay, that doesn't have alpha, so we can't use that. Texture, I exported it wrong. Can we import PSDs? Yes, we can. Ish. Looks like it's possibly not pre-multiplied, so I don't think we can do that either. Right, Photoshop. Go back to the Moth Atlas. Okay, and then there shouldn't be a halo. No, there isn't. So, let's see. How do I do this again? The rasterize, select pixels, and then channels, and then like add an alpha or something. There we go. Now we have an alpha map. And now that we have an alpha map, I can actually grab color that is actually more appropriate to fill this with, in case we do get a little bit of bleed, like that. There's a little bit of bleed going on there. I can fix that if that becomes more of a problem. Okay, so now, Jesus Christ, if I save as a copy, TGA, okay, and then alpha channels, okay, TGA, replace, right, and then in Unreal, if I import the TGA, what the hell? There was no alpha channel? Ah, I didn't export it yet. There we go. There was another little window that popped up, my bad. Okay, re-import. Now we have proper alpha. Holy. Okay. Stay with me. Now, with that, we could have the moth texture. And all that would be is basically this as a probably a masked, honestly, with a dithered alpha mask there. Okay, and that's going to cut out our moth. And then in terms of spec and roughness in that, I'm just going to turn that all off, I think. Don't really know what I want to do for that yet. But if we put this thing on now, it should, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I am going to probably have to turn that. All right. Holy. Okay, so now we have in Unreal a moth, what do you call it? Animated moth, but it's a skeletal mesh. So I couldn't make tons of these because it's super expensive. This is for like characters and stuff. So if I go like show bones, it will do nothing. Does that not work anymore? So yeah, you can see the bones are driving this. Good for characters, not so good for tiny little particles like this is going to be. But if we wanted to make an enemy that was like a bigger moth like this, that's good for that. Okay, so first, I guess, step to this whole thing achieved. And I'm kind of running out of time already, but let's continue on for a wee bit longer and we might be able to get this working. So I'm just going to go to Unreal, and on my other screen, I'm going to look at / follow this guide, but I'm just going to do it on my other screen. So if you want the link, just look for this, I guess. But I just need to clear up some screen real estate so I can do this. So, all right. So essentially what I think we need to do, we need a new plugin, which is always annoying. Vertex. Oh wait, it's not that. It's anim to texture. Experimental. Restart. Save. Moth test. So now I think all I need to probably do is just the plugin. Try this. If I just off screen, I'm basically just downloading a the GUI plugin someone made, and we'll try that first. That's right. I have to Explorer. Might need a restart for that to take effect, actually. Don't see the assets. That is a problem. We might have to do this the old-fashioned way then. No, they're not there. Okay, delete those then, and we're going to do it, yeah, the old-fashioned way. So let's follow, oh my god, this long-ass guide. Okay, data asset. Okay, mannequin data folder. So supposedly down under plugins, under plugins, engine plugins, anim to texture content. Okay. Characters and mannequin. Okay, so this is how they do it. So I'm gonna see if I can quickly figure it out on my own, to be honest, and then we'll. Can't figure it out. Okay, let's continue on. So let's see. So we have. You find all the assets and data. You can open one of the two static meshes to see them working. A utility, edit a utility with a simple example of how to use some custom blueprint nodes that the plugin requires. Mannequins data folder. Okay, so we've got some data assets. Bone animation. Okay. Why is this so difficult? Why is this not as simple as I thought it was going to be? Let's see. Data asset. Okay, and then anim to texture data asset. Like, I don't know, moth, vertex, anim to texture, something. Okay, so the skeletal mesh is going to be the moth. And then the static mesh, which we need to make, create. Can't you do it from here? Maybe I have to do it from here. Create asset. Make static mesh. Okay. Mothman assets. Moths. SM moths. Okay. SM moths. So this is apparently how we need to do it. Then lot index, whatever. I don't know what any of this is going to be. Max height. Okay, the mode can be bone or vertex. Position and normal per vertex. Linear blending skinning. Bone mode is more flexible option because the position influences of individual bones is not strictly tied to vertex IDs. This means that much of the baked data can be reused The other benefit, okay, so bone mode. Okay, we can probably make this lower, 1024. Honestly, that's probably even still too high, but we'll go with that. Okay, vertex. The mode will record the position of each vertex. Bone precision. Okay, and then I'm supposed to give it these textures. Duplicate existing texture files. Okay. Let's add this to favorites. Yeah, I really do have to be honest. This is like way more work than I thought it was going to be. Okay, so we need these 3 textures, I think, apparently. Or our versions of them anyway. And then apparently it's going to overwrite these textures. So bone position, bone rotation, bone weight. Okay. Animation. Now you need to choose what animations you want to bake the textures. Okay. So socket sample rate 30, and then the animation sequence is the fly. Okay. And custom range. I guess I don't need. Holy hell, autoplay, I don't know, whatever. Let's just try it. Let's just see what happens now. So I think if I go run animation to texture and see if we crash. We do not crash. So that should be good. Okay, now we need to change our material. Material attribute layers. Default layers. Backgrounds. Lock animation. Okay. And then get material attributes, and then we get the normal and world position offset from that basically. So now we create an instance of this apparently. Material property overrides. Layer parameters, background layer asset. Here we go. Texture. Okay, put the textures in. Bone position, bone rotation, bone weight. Okay, and then apparently mannequin. Oh, I think what I was supposed to do, whoops, is in, no, the static mesh, give it the thing already, maybe? And then run it. It didn't really do it though. The moss, that has the instance, okay. This just has a different material, okay. Then this has this and this. That looks right. Okay, autoplay. That didn't work. Maybe the this is supposed to use it as well. Maybe I'll do it like this. Wait. What the hell? What the frick is going on? Material layer, material attribute layers. Okay, here we go. All right. save everything. Now we regenerate. What the fuck is going on? Why is this not working? Create material instance. I'll put a different material instance on here. And on this one, just to be safe. I'm not sure why it's getting confused. Nothing. Okay, so do we get anything in the log? Already used. Cannot be written to. Okay. So, in that case, we can just turn off the light map channel, maybe? Yeah, now we've only got one channel. Okay, we might be good now. Ooh, something happened. Hey, there we go. Okay. Holy moly, that was difficult. But now I know how to do it. It's pretty quick. And now we can mess with the settings of how fast it happens and stuff. But now we have... This is messed up. Recent level moth test. Don't save. Now we have this static mesh, which is... Wait. This is all fucked up. Supposed to be basically the same as that, although it's really not as clean. But I can regenerate the textures and try and fix that, I suppose. I guess because it's 30 FPS, t.max FPS 30. Anyway, we have this thing now, which is great. Where is its origin though? I guess it's messed up because of the material. Like it doesn't show me the... Yeah, okay, whatever. Okay, so point is, we have this thing now. What I now wanted to do... We're actually making some progress finally. That was quite hard to figure out how to do, but now we got there. It shouldn't be too bad. So I want to make this double-sided first off. So that, since I can't move this, I'm going to have to do something like this. So that you see the underside of the wings as well. But now what we can hopefully do some really small textures. Maybe I can make it like more better because it's small asset. Apparently not, but that's fine. Okay. So now what I was gonna do, and I don't think we'll have time to do much of this today, but just so you can see, is basically make some Niagara particle systems. So like, let's see. Just do a minimal one for now. Okay, so instead of sprite render, we're gonna delete that actually and go mesh renderer. The mesh is gonna be our moths. Okay. Emitter spawn. Let's see. Shape. Yeah, 100. Okay. We've got a bunch of moths spawning now. And now, let's see. Initial corpses. That's not the thing I was looking for. I guess, is it just add velocity maybe? Okay, so we got that. That's good. And now I think in update orient to light orientation. Orient to vectors. This one? Facing. Reference axis vector, I guess it's this. Okay, so they're all flying up in the same direction. Initial location. Initial mesh orientation. Random. And then I was gonna do like I think vortex force. Let's get like tons of these guys going. Yeah, here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. 200. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. They're not oriented right, so I need to fix that in a second. But you can see, if I put this in the scene now, we've got basically like a swarm of moths that I can move around, and they'll try to track towards, not very well. And it's super cheap to render, even though they're all animated and everything. Like I could probably make it way more. Like we could do 1,000, and it's just the same performance as it was before, which is pretty crazy. Not that we have that many, but you know. That's why we went to the trouble of doing the vertex animation. You could definitely not do that if they were just normal skeletal meshes. Do that. We can initialize particle mesh scale random uniform between say 0.8 and 1.2, so we get a few different sizes. To oh, there we go. So now it might be hard to see, but they're actually facing towards the way they're flying. They are completely... Pretty sure all the animations are in sync, aren't they? Yeah. We do it like that. Maybe it's just because I'm doing it in intervals of 1 second. Pretty sure they're still all in sync. And these also don't look like moths very much yet, but we'll get there. They're all in sync. All right, 1 second. Okay. For instance, custom data 4. Okay. Particle. Fish attributes. Not sure if I can set that, surely. Mesh parameter binding. Quickly look this up. Don't know, maybe there's no easy way to do it. see a way to do this, honestly. I thought Unreal, I thought I found something that was about to tell me, but Unreal per instance custom data. Yeah, okay, so it looks like I need to actually pass some stuff in to make that happen, so yeah. Not ideal, but I can probably just do this a better way by just notice they all kind of all directions. Whatever, that's fine. Yeah, the point is, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I can pass through the like ID of the particle or something, and that will let me do this better, I think. Because yeah, that's the thing that looks weird right now, is all of their wings are completely in sync. But you can see now, like wherever I put the thing is where they're going to try and try their best to fly to. Would also be nice if I could get them to not all fly in the same direction. I might have to make multiple emitters, I think, for that, possibly. But yeah, pretty good progress. You can probably see what I'm aiming for here. I mean, these are definitely too big currently, I think. Let's see, physics. Forces. Actually, maybe curl noise force would be better. And then we turn this off. That'll let them spread out, but they'll turn around and head back to the middle, kind of. Which would allow me to control in-game how clumped I want them to be, which is pretty cool. But yeah, they're way too big right now. They look like freaking bats or something. They're kind of gross, which is cool. And the big thing is they're really cheap to render, which is good. I need to stop messing with this and go and sort what I need to sort. But say we did 0.2 to 0.5. Some like more realistic sized moths. And I can probably just go crazy if I'm making them smaller on this. So we'll do like 100. Pretty wild to look at. But yeah, that's kind of how we can, I guess, kind of a tutorial, I suppose. Not really, because I was just figuring it out myself as well. But how we can create tons of animated meshes in a particle system and have it be still, perform well, still run well. Yeah, not much more to say than that. I think maybe we could turn off shadows on this. Will probably help a bit as well. Might have a few too many going on here, but if I yeah. Anyway, I was just quickly doing some performance look at there, but it seems pretty good. Sure, I could probably tank my FPS if I try hard enough. Yeah, but we can probably still optimize this further. One way to optimize this is that we could do is make, instead of individual moths to make this look dense, we do groups of like 2 to 3, 4 even of them that all kind of fly together. And then there would be like a quarter of the number of particles, but the same amount of moths. Does that make sense? But yeah. Anyway, I'll show you what I'm planning to actually do with this at some point. But for right now, this is pretty cool. Pretty happy with this. Actually, now I want to see. Hang on. Before we go, I just want to see what happens if I make them follow me. And then I'm going to head off. Sick. Set the actor location to get player on. Activation. Every tick, I'm basically just going to move that to wherever I am. Which should mean if I do this, they kind of follow me around. Which is pretty wild. And probably gives you a bit of a clue on maybe what I'm going for here. Probably need to make it so they don't clip into the camera when they're really close, but kind of flickers around all over the place. This is pretty sick. Pretty cool effect. I stand still, I'm just getting like absolutely swarmed by these guys. Cool. Alright guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for tuning in and sticking with me. They are supposed to be moths. Real fan, you joined just as I'm about to stop the stream. But yeah, they are supposed to be moths. They still look a little bit much like bats right now, which I need to fix. But yeah, we can fix that though. Should be easy enough. I think I'll just make them more like butterfly looking. And maybe make their antennas bigger. You missed the last 2 streams? Yeah, I upload them to YouTube or Twitch VODs last for 7 days, I think. So, yeah. But yeah, we made these moths today, and then animated them, and then baked them into so instead of the animation, it's these textures, which are super cursed, are actually how they're animated right now, which means we can have tons and tons of animated things like this and not screw up the performance. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. Thanks for tuning in. Cool to see you all. And yeah, we'll catch you in the next one. All right, see you guys.